The 2019-2020 Midwest Whitetail Show season is now in the books. It was our best season ever, with great bucks and compelling drama to greet nearly every passing day. Next, we take our annual month-long break between the regular series and the Midwest Whitetail Off-Season Series, which will start the 24th of February. In this week's final episode, we wrap things up the way we always do, with a look back at the best hunts and the best moments of the season that was. We hope you enjoy it, and we thank you for your support over the past 6 months. But before we bring you the highlights, we need to first acknowledge the great sponsors that make all this possible, and then we will get right into the action. Thanks for joining us this season. We will see you right back here again in a month for the next episode of Midwest Whitetail, and remember to always dream big.
Let's use some contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4,
40-yard radius.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roger, Hawaii, reach you loud and clear also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end of test. Okay, we checked all 4 systems, and there you go on modulation, all 4, and keep with the go. Roger, you're loud and clear, you're all.
I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of like Christmas time. My focus is trying to find back this heavy 8-pointer that Drake filmed back in early August.
Pretty good list this year. There's a lot of good targets. One thing's for sure, I can't wait to get in a stand October 1st.
Sitting here waiting on freeway. Last night he came in about 7 o'clock, 30 minutes before into shooting light. Hopefully things stay how they are and freeway gets the memo and makes the move tonight. Oh, just center punched him.
And we got to finally wrap our hands around old freeway here. It's a deer we've been watching all summer long, and man, I just couldn't be happier that it all happened tonight.
Well, here he is, the culmination of our Kentucky hunt. I couldn't be more pumped to have this mature buck on the ground. We're gonna get this deer cleaned up and packed up and try to make the 8.5-hour drive back to Iowa today. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the deer season.
To say that I was shocked when this guy hit the field is an understatement. When I looked at Mitch and said it was him, he's like, there's no way, because we haven't had any pictures of this guy on this side of the farm yet this year. He read the script as he come across that bean field, and he didn't go 150 yards and piled up in the sanctuary.
Man, I'm tickled with him. He's by far the biggest body deer I've ever shot. It's been an awesome journey kind of hunting this farm, so I got to say thanks to Kaler and his grandpa for letting me run wild all over their farm, and I really appreciate it.
It's kind of fun to just kick back and not have any real agenda, just relax and see what comes out this evening. It's that buck from last year, I think. Holy crap, yep it is. I'm humbled and I'm blessed to be able to hunt deer like this on a farm like this. We've got some season left, but I'm going to be kind of riding the adrenaline from this hunt for a really long time. We've got this great tree right out in front of us. We've had pictures of Todd Gurley here. Right there. Right. Dude, that's Todd, right?
Well, this is Todd Gurley. The mass is unbelievable. I never did appreciate it in the trail camera pictures. What a beast of a buck.
You ready?
Oh, Brooks, you don't even understand. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, Brooks, big buck. And it walked I'm not lying, 5 yards from the tree. That happened in a matter of 15 seconds. I shot that deer.
Alright, sweet November. It's here and it's hard to believe. It's a nice cold morning, really calm though. But as you can see, we got some nice snow from yesterday. It's good.
Man, you gotta love November. Grant and I have hunted hard throughout the entire month of October, and all we needed was that calendar to flip a page, and we were able to put a buck on the ground November 1st.
Yes! Yeah. We've been waiting all year for that. That's Muley. We've been hoping to get on him.
Like I said, I could not be more happier to wrap my tag around this buck. This is what we live for in November 4th. Awesome way to close out my bow season. Couldn't be happier, and just looking forward to late season.
We're just concluding the saga of the Prodigy buck, and what a saga it has been today. Growing up and hunting in Louisiana, I immediately had some fear that he wouldn't have made it across this river, and we might have lost him. He might have floated away. And we could spot what looked like a deer caught up in some driftwood, a dead tree, pulled up on the back end of this deer, and his rack popped out of the water, and lo and behold, it was him. So ended up tying a rope around his antlers and swimming back across.
Here comes this guy cruising down the logging road. Actually snort wheezed him in with my mouth. I just called at him, hoping maybe he'd hear it and come check it out. Sure enough, he did. Made a great shot on him. He went 10 yards and expired right there in front of me. Couldn't be more proud of him. He's a great deer. Lots of cool character. He's got all kinds of burrs, and he's got a little kicker off his G2 here, bladed G2. Probably my biggest deer to date. Just a really cool hunt, and the way it all unfolded was very special and something I won't soon forget.
I'm all over him, don't even ask.
It's a deer that we believe to be 5 or 6.5 possibly, and it's hard to beat shooting a deer in a stand with one of your buddies. We don't get to do it often, so when it happens, it's super special. And November 15th, it's gonna be one we remember for a long time.
A bunch of people in camp, we're having fun. And this right here is a brute of a deer. Probably the biggest bodied deer that I've ever killed. Heavy deer. Couldn't be happier to have tagged this buck this afternoon.
This is the buck that Drake filmed in early August. I thought this was a different buck. Then we went to the office and looked at the footage to make sure of the hit and everything, and then found that this was the one that we were after all season. So it's really pretty funny that it works out that way sometimes, but 2 surprises in 1 season. We'll definitely take it.
I definitely think he's a mature buck. Look at the old melon on him. There's definitely one we wanted to target, and on this farm especially. If I can shoot a deer that's mature, then I'm a happy camper. That's what we want to do, and we'll be back hopefully for shotgun season. We'll see how it goes, but definitely a beautiful day to be out.
My first Iowa buck. It's been the greatest couple months of my entire life doing this internship. We've hunted hard. I've learned a ton. The deer hunting's phenomenal. The people here are awesome. And so to put a tag on a buck like this to end my season is truly special.
Gorgeous buck. Not often you get 7 typical points on one side. That's pretty cool. And I didn't even notice he had a little split right there on that too. Awesome evening. One of the best I can remember. Awesome hunt. What a heck of a nice deer. Solid mass. Split 2s, which he's had these for several years. There was one year he had a kicker off his brow tine right there.
Just how big he was. Like, he just made the does look so small.
Yeah.
I think the best way to describe how I feel right now is just at a loss for words. I haven't harvested a buck in 5 years. It seems crazy to think about it, but for the opportunity to come together tonight, I'm just at a loss for words. So I'm just extremely blessed to be sitting behind this deer this morning. I mean, definitely an old Iowa monarch, and I mean, this is what we all dream of. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say.
What is Iowa? What is this place? It's incredible.
It's quite the adrenaline rush being 10 or 12 yards from a deer like that.
Look at the size of that thing. Oh, unbelievable.
He was 5 yards. I can smell it.
Dude, he just rode over on his bow.
He turned on a dime and came right up to me at 15 yards, and I shot him. He walked 10 yards and just the legs came out from underneath him. He dropped right in front of me here.
That's the biggest deer I've ever shot. You don't know if you don't go.
Comes in the 70.